Have you ever wondered if some items you keep in your cooler could slowly become unsafe? It's surprising, isn't it? We grow up believing the cooler keeps everything fresh, but as we get older, our bodies respond differently to certain foods. Something that once seemed harmless can suddenly cause stomach irritation, nerve-related problems, or even long-term health risks. Today, I'll show you 7 everyday items you should never keep in the cooler and why these small changes can protect both your health and your meals. Stay with me because these simple adjustments may completely change how you manage your cooking space. First, spuds become risky inside the cooler. Most people chill spuds thinking it makes them last longer. It sounds logical, right? But cold air actually changes their natural starch into sugar. And when those sugary spuds get cooked, especially roasted or fried, they form acrylamide, a compound linked to nerve damage and increased long-term illness risks. For older adults whose bodies process toxins more slowly, this is even more important. Plus, spuds stored in the cooler turn oddly sweet and lose their fluffy texture. A better choice? Keep them in a cool, dry, dark cabinet, not the cooler. George, 77, tried this and said his breakfast potatoes tasted better, and he felt more confident knowing he wasn't adding hidden risks to his meals. So take your spuds out of the cooler and keep them in a net or cloth bag away from bright light. Small change, big improvement. If you're finding this helpful, hit like and tell me, what item were you storing in the cooler that surprised you today? Second, bulbs lose flavor and grow unsafe. Many people chill bulbs to stop them from sprouting or getting soft, but the cooler's damp air actually breaks down their structure quickly. Instead of staying firm and crunchy, they turn mushy, watery, and lose their sharp flavor. Worse, the cool moisture causes their natural juices to collect on the skin, creating the perfect home for fuzzy growth and bacteria, especially if the bulb has even a tiny bruise. For older adults with sensitive digestion, eating spoiled bulbs can cause stomach upset or food poisoning. Margaret, 81, used to wrap her half-used bulbs and store them in the cooler, but they spoiled fast and smelled strange. When she switched to keeping them in a ventilated net bag in her pantry, they stayed firm and flavorful for much longer. If this tip helps, comment 2 and remember to subscribe. The simplest fix? Keep bulbs in a dry, shaded, airy space, not the cooler. Third, this aromatic root sprouts and molds faster in the cooler. This root, essential for so many dishes, should never be chilled. The cold encourages fast sprouting, draining its strong flavor and leaving you with a sharp, rubbery, unpleasant taste. The dampness also seeps beneath its papery layers, allowing hidden fuzzy growth to form where you can't see it. For older adults, even mild mold exposure can upset the digestive system. Henry, 75, used to bury his root deep in the cooler, but it sprouted quickly and smelled stale. After moving it to a small open dish on his countertop, his root stayed solid, fragrant, and usable for weeks. Best method? Keep it in a dry room temperature spot with good airflow. A small open container or net bag works perfectly. Fourth, loaves dry out and attract fuzz quickly in the cooler. Many people chill loaves to make them last longer, but the opposite happens. Cold temperatures make the starch molecules in loaves harden faster, causing the loaf to become stiff, dry, and crumbly within a day or two. Even worse, the cooler's dampness encourages fuzzy growth. Louise, 84, always chilled her loaves, but complained that they became hard overnight and sometimes developed green fuzz. When she switched to a loaf holder on her counter and froze any extras, everything stayed fresher and she wasted less money. For best results, keep loaves at room temperature in a cloth bag, loaf holder, or sealed wrap. Freeze what you won't eat in 3 days, then warm pieces as needed. If you're getting value so far, comment 4 below. Fifth, red fruits lose flavor and firmness in the cooler. These bright, juicy red fruits seem like they should stay fresh in the cooler, but cold temperatures actually damage their cell walls, making them mealy, dull, and watery. Their natural sweet and tangy flavor fades rapidly, even if they look fine on the outside. Alice, 79, kept her garden harvest in the cooler, but everything tasted flat. After leaving them in a bowl on her counter, out of direct sunlight, she felt like the flavor of warm summers returned to her meals. Do this instead. Store these fruits at room temperature. If you have too many, share with neighbors or use them quickly in salads or sauces. A small change brings back big flavor. Sixth, this sweet liquid thickens and loses benefits in the cooler. This natural sweet liquid is famous for lasting forever, but the cooler ruins its texture. Cold air crystallizes it quickly, turning it thick, gritty, and hard to drizzle. Repeated cooling and warming also weaken its natural protective compounds. Edward, 82, stored his jar in the cooler, and every morning he struggled to scoop it out. After moving it to his pantry shelf, it returned to its smooth, golden flow and tasted better. To keep it at its best, store in a dry, room-temperature cabinet, tightly sealed. If tip 6 helps, type 6 in the comments. Seventh, big watery fruits lose nutrients and rot faster when chilled whole. Many people chill large fruits, like water kinds, golden kinds, or orange-fleshed kinds, before cutting them. But chilly air actually reduces their vitamins and natural antioxidants. It can also break their texture, making them grainy and less sweet. Studies show that whole uncut versions of these fruits keep more vitamin C and carotenoids when kept at room temperature until sliced. Robert, 80, always chilled whole water kinds and wondered why they tasted bland. After leaving them on the counter before cutting, he was amazed at the difference, saying it tasted like his childhood summers again. Correct method. Keep whole fruits at room temperature until cut. After slicing, then you can move the pieces to the cooler. This simple shift boosts flavor, texture, and nutritional value. In closing, we've gone through 7 common items that become less safe, less flavorful, or less nutritious when kept in the cooler. These small adjustments can make a big difference in your health, your meals, and your budget. Now it's your turn. Which one will you change today? Maybe moving spuds to a cabinet, keeping your sweet liquid on a shelf, or letting your fruit stay on the counter until ripe. Share in the comments so we can support one another. If this helped, don't forget to like, follow, and share with someone who needs these tips. Stay smart, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next presentation.